back to my channel. My name is Devin. On this channel we talk about all things plants. And on today's video we are part 2 of my 2-part house plant tour. So if you haven't seen the first video, part 1, stop what you're doing, go watch that first, and come back. I'll link it up here in the cards so you can reach to it, and also down in the description box below. And if you haven't subscribed yet, go ahead and give us a subscribe. Hit that notification bell so you are notified every time I upload a video. And without further ado, let's just go ahead and get into the second part and see how many plants we end up with at the end of this tour. Let's go. My bedroom, which has a west-southwest facing window, but it does get a lot of morning light that's reflected off of our garage out back. So anyways, so this is my cast iron plant in this corner right next to baby's bed. Yeah, pretty hardy plants. I like it because it brings some height to this corner. And going up in a hanging basket, I do have my Wandering Jew. This plant, of course, is beautiful. It has silvery leaves to it and it has a purple underside. And this has grown so much, even though it doesn't have the most bright light. So I might have to move it and put it in a brighter light, but if you want a fast growing plant, get one of these. Moving on to this corner, I have a Dracaena Marginata. I was doing so well with Dracaenas, and then it has kind of flopped on me, but it has new growth coming out. So I think it's happy, not quite sure. And then next to it, I have another golden pothos. So this is actually a recent propagation that I potted up of just a bunch of different little plants. And moving on, hello, is another ZZ plant. So I like this. It's right on my bedside table. Again, low light plant, and it kind of just has a cool little stalk to it. And next to it is my Moonshine Sansevieria snake plant. And I don't know, like literally in the past 2 days, I've lost a leaf, and then this one just kind of like collapsed. So I might need to check out the roots and see what's going on. But I know there was, yeah, a new growth back there. I don't know. Not sure what happened there. Next, I have this small-ish Monstera Deliciosa. So it's just beginning to get the fenestrations in its leaves, and it has a new leaf coming in, and it takes forever, but it has put out one new leaf since I got it, even though it kind of like didn't come out so well. Not quite sure, but it has the fenestrations as well. And then next to it is one of my newest plants too, is the Rhaphidophora tetrasperma, aka mini Monstera. So I just recently stocked it up to help it grow up because it's fast grows and likes to climb. And then next to that is just a small philodendron, Heartleaf Philodendron. So this was a small propagation from forever ago that I've potted up, and just, it was basically like a single leaf, and then it sprouted this leaf, and then it's working on this one, and then I don't know if you can see, but there's another new leaf growing in there. And over here is another Dracaena Marginata. This is just a green variety. I think it has the pink on the leaves compared to the other one, which was a lighter green. And this is one of my oldest plants. I think I got it from IKEA. It's got a solid lean to it. Yeah, it has new growth coming in. It's just been a very slow growing plant for me. And over here on my husband's bedside table, I just have a golden pothos. And these leaves are really big, which I like. So this fiddle fig tree was literally one of my first house plants that I ever got, and it actually was like a full bush. And just over the years of moving and being a fiddle fig and being finicky, has dropped like almost all of its leaves. And every time I think that it's done and dying and just not loving life, it sprouts out a new leaf. Like this is the most newest leaf, and it came out within like a week. So before I was about to say goodbye to it, it was like only this leaf and like 2 other tiny leaves down below. It shot out like literally like all of these leaves this summer except for this one. Fiona's hanging on. She's a little funky, but sentimental because it is my oldest plant. Moving on is another little fiddle fig. I saw this at the grocery store a while ago and it had like 1 leaf coming in. Looks like there might be another one, but it originally wasn't supposed to go in this spot, but as you know, fiddle figs, once they find their spot, don't move them. So right next to that is a Pothos. So this is a Marble Queen variety, and this has gotten such like light leaves since I've had it, which is really cool. Like this one is almost white. There's a few like random green ones, and it's just really pretty. I really like the Marble Queen, like especially this one. So just another spider plant, the variegated version with the white stripe in between. I'm assuming it has new growth. I can never really tell with spider plants, but it seems to be doing okay. Then here is my Philodendron Brazil. So it's a little lopsided, so I turn it the opposite direction every once in a while, but it has taken off this summer. So these are like itty bitty leaves, but for the longest time it was just a small little plant that I've taken cuttings from, almost reverting back to being 100% green. But it has now started, all of its new leaves have the classic Brazil variegation on it, which is so pretty. I mean, look at that. It looks fake. So again, Brazil philodendrons are like one of my favorite plants. And then next to that is a Pothos. So this looks a little different than the other Pothos that I've shown you guys, and I believe this is the Pothos Enjoy. Really cool. Starting to get a couple new growth points as well. I think there's one back there unfurling. All right, so this is my propagation station. So it gets good light and humidity from the bathroom, and it has a good windowsill to sit on. So I'll just go down. So this is a Pothos cutting. It's got good roots coming in already. So I have my lucky bamboo, which has been growing like crazy, which is actually a Dracaena, which I just recently found out. But ever since I got it, it's just been sitting in a thing of water, which I need to put more water. And next to it is just a cutting of my Scindapsus. Not sure what I'm going to do with this yet, since this is just a small little cutting. It has grown new leaves. I had done this for a propagation video, so maybe I'll propagate some more to create another little plant. And over here, like, roots galore, need to pot these up. So this is my Monstera Adansonii, and these are just a couple cuttings, and it is growing like crazy. So I probably need to pot this up rather quickly. So this is cuttings from my Fittonias. So look at these roots, that's crazy. So probably should, maybe I'll give it a little bit longer to sit in there, but it looks like it's growing a new tiny little leaf. So on this, I have my most recent, I just put it in there. It's a small clipping from a Hoya. So the mother plant was just dying. I don't know, I'm not so good with Hoyas. I don't know why. They just don't like my house for some reason. And this is a cutting of a neon Pothos. So this has just been sitting in here for a while. Has really long roots. And this is the cutting from that lipstick plant that I mentioned before. So I'm going to see if it grows roots. And over here is Basil Plant. See if I can get that to grow roots. And this is another Hoya, my Hoya Publicalyx Splash. So it was not doing well, and then when I took it out of its pot, its roots were like really dry and salty. So I stuck it in water to try to rehydrate it and get some new growth. It's getting a few new growths. So maybe after I give it a little bit more time, I can repot it back up. Again, another thing of my Fittonias. And this gross thing was trying to propagate some rosemary. It started to grow roots and then it just died, so probably need to throw that out. All right, so on the other side of my bathroom is my Stromanthe Triostar, but every time you use the bathroom, you sit here and stare at it, which is pretty. Again, it has a few crispy leaves parts to it, but it's pretty typical for these types of plants. Got beautiful color on the underside, like, come on. It's gorgeous. So right next to it, I have another little air plant in this little cute little hanging basket. Again, don't know the names of the air plants. Seems to be living, so yeah. And over on this shelf, I have my other Stromanthe Triostar. So I got this as the first one I ever got, and I think I did a mistake in ordering it online right at the end of wintertime, so it's not doing so well. Like, this leaf is dying off. So yeah, I don't know. We're just kind of waiting and seeing with this one. But I do have a little humidifier, which I'll link down below, and it's small enough to go on a shelf, which is ideal. So here again is a Calathea, I think. Correct me if I'm wrong, but this is another one that was kind of not doing so good. I did order it at the end of winter. Not smart, Devin. It's okay. Live and learn, but so pretty. And I did notice the other day that it does, I think, potentially have a new growth point. So fingers crossed on these. Moving on up is a spider plant Bonnie version of the curly version. Struggled with this plant for a little bit, repotted it. And up on this shelf up here is my Mandula Pothos, which I didn't even know that was a variety until recently. And I thought it was just like the Marble Queen version, but there's a difference between them and different variegation to it. Like, that leaf is almost white. So super cool. Moving on up the stairwell, I have these 3 hanging plants. So when I originally did this, it was wintertime, and where I live there's a bunch of trees, so actually in wintertime I almost get more light than I have in the summer. Right now there is a window way up there that is the only direct south facing window I have in my house, but it does get some ambient light throughout the day, so these aren't doing as well as they could. But anyway, so I have a Scindapsus pictus. Jeez, I couldn't say that for some reason. Here, it is shooting off some new growth, but it could be thriving better. Not sure what I'm gonna do about this. I don't know. For now, it stays. Over here is looks like a mixture of a Jade Pothos and also a Marble Queen. So this one actually is doing pretty well here. My husband does not like them because he hits them every time he walks down the staircase. And over here I just have a Heartleaf Philodendron. Now this plant is pretty sad looking. So you can see it's pretty sparse, but it is shooting off new growth in a lot of different places. But I have found a bunch of like leaves like this that I've had to cut off like this. So we'll see. It's pretty sad looking, but I'm hoping if I just leave it alone, I can give it a good chance. All right, and now in this hallway, I have my peace lily. It is looking all right. I just water her, so she's still kind of soaking up the water. And she recently has been getting a lot of like these type leaves, but she is still sprouting out new growth. So I need to figure out what's going on. All right, so we are in my office upstairs where this snake plant, the black coral version on my desk. I have this heart-shaped Hoya, Hoya carrii. It is, I think I overwatered it. To be honest, I kind of forget about it up here, and yeah, it looks like it's kind of on the struggle bus right now. And then next to this is my Silver Bay Aglaonema. It is not looking so good either. As you can see back there, that leaf is turning yellow. And over here, I just have a large snake plant again. This is just the black coral version as well. I have my Moonlight Philodendron. So I originally had it in a plant pot when I got it, and nothing was really happening, and then I came in one day and a couple leaves were yellow. So I did check the roots, and the whole plant soil got very salty. So I just went ahead and stuck them in water to kind of rehydrate the roots to see if I can help it along. it was struggling a little bit, so I don't know. So this is just sitting in water for right now. Oh dear, she needs watering. So this is another peace lily. She, as you can see, desperately needs some watering, so I'll go ahead and water her after this. And then up here I have another Philodendron Brazil. This guy's kind of a crazy vine going on, but it's pushing out a lot of new growth. And moving over here on my windowsill, sorry for the backlit, is another Wandering Jew. As you can see, this one is a little bit bigger than the other one because it gets brighter light here. So, and over here is my string of hearts. So as you can see, it's pretty leggy on the bottom. That was due to like lack of light. So I am going to try to propagate it to make it more full. I'm still figuring out the care of this plant. Aloe plant, I've had it for a very long time, but it hasn't really done much in a while. And then over here I have my Alocasia Polly. I moved it up here. It's dropped a few leaves recently, but alocasias do that from time to time. And as you can see, the leaf has quite a few holes. This is another one that I ordered during winter time, which was not smart, so it came in a little damaged. All right, and over here I have my Bird of Paradise. So this has actually grown so much. And as you can see, like, I'm 5'5" and I have my arms straight out, and the tallest leaf is. And I do have another grow light in this light, the same one as downstairs. Again, I'll link it down below just to kind of give these higher light plants a little bit more light as well. Because right next to it is my fiddle fig tree. So when I originally got this, it had a lot more on the bottom, and I think I had it downstairs where it was not receiving enough light and it was dropping leaves, and it got a lot of, as you can see, a lot of these brown crusty leaves. It was not loving life, and like I said before, fiddle figs are super finicky, and it seems to be liking its position. All right, so we are in the last room of the house, and this is baby's room, and he has a little Pothos sitting on top changing table. So this is actually like a mixture of cutting. So this is a jade, but as you can see, it's like starting to get variegated as well, which is cool, and a new growth back there. So in here I put a jade, and there is the classic golden Pothos, which is massive leaf, and there also is a marble queen up in there as well. And then over here I have just another snake plant. Alright guys, that's it for this video. Thank you for watching, and let me know in the comments below of what future video content you'd like me to create. I'd love to be able to do that for you guys and want to see what you guys are interested in watching. And again, if you want to follow me over on Instagram, I will leave my handle in the description box below and also up on the screen. So I hope you guys have a great day, and I will catch you in the next one. Bye. Buddy, I may have a plant problem. What do you think about that? So we counted over 100 plants.